What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? It's your boy Big Low Country. Hope that everybody out there's doing good tonight. For everyone out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. You could be anywhere in the world that you want to be tonight, but you're here with me. I definitely appreciate that. So, first of all, before we get started, if you could, make sure that you do a country boy favor, put a what in the world, Bo, in the comment, just so I can see that you came on to chill out with us. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family, and please hit that subscribe button. So, we got a few things to talk about tonight. Coach Roney, hey, baby. Coach Roney. Okay, she don't hear me. Anyway, we got a few things to talk about tonight. We got to talk about this preseason game number 2. That's probably going to be the best action that you see until we whip up on the Saints and have them boys wandering aimlessly around the bayou. So, um, we're going to talk about some of that. We're actually going to talk about where Big Low was wrong previously in the past, and we're going to talk about basically what we think this team is going to be able to do. Also, as it's been eloquently updated in the chat, there's a young man named Deion Jones who is back. So we're going to be talking about that as well. So first of all, let me go ahead and show love to everybody who's showing love to me. John Brooks, what in the world, Bo? I see you in here. Go Falcons, rise up. You already know what time it is. Coach Wallace says, what's going on, Big Low, and the coaching staff? What's going on, Coach Wallace? Also, I don't know what's going on with my doggone camera, Bo. The doggone thing leaning like Uncle Johnny used to back in the day. Whenever he got too many of that drink in him. Too much of that drink in him. Nate Bill, what's going on, Bo? Hope that you doing good. Coach Ghost Peppers, much love to you. False Star Falcon, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Thank you so much for coming on and chilling out with us tonight. He said, Bo, we're going 10-6, and that's the bottom line. Because False Start said so. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, Bo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They Bill says the Bill's going 16 and okay. Well, it's to look, Bo, to each his own. You want to get naked, that's you. That's what you feel like doing. You feel like getting a little naked for, getting a little naked for, for the Bills and everything. Josh Allen, you still finna get robbed. I gotta cut up with you, coach. I gotta cut up with you. Also Grandizer in here showing love, telling y'all that you could chill out with us on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else. Coach down South Georgia boy. Appreciate you for coming on, chilling out with us. Constantine, Antonio Holloway, Cartier, much love, much love, much love. So let's go ahead and acknowledge the elephant in the room. Um, I had a lot of people come to me during the off season saying, "Hey, coach, man, I'm sorry. It must be rough. You don't have a quarterback no more." And now I can look at them and I can tell them, "Yeah, we're in a different situation. This, unfortunately, we don't have a quarterback right now." And I know what y'all are saying. Y'all like, "Well, look, coach, you seen what these guys did." And look, I just have to be correct with it, guys. Right now, the Atlanta Falcons don't have a quarterback, you know. So it's one of those cases where, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this show off by letting y'all know, hey guys, remember, we don't have a quarterback. We have two. We got two of them things, Bo. We got two quarterbacks. We finna be coming hitting people in the mouth. Everybody talking about, oh, Marcus Mariota done. Shoot, every time I seen him get the ball in the preseason, it's looking like he's legitly legit. Desmond Ritter looking like a young prodigy, looking like he's going to try to take this team to the next level, and looking like he could be a franchise quarterback for the next decade and a half. So, look, anytime people come to you and say, "Hey, man, the Atlanta Falcons, that's tough luck for y'all, boy. Y'all don't got a quarterback." Just tell them, hey, in the words of my homeboy, Twisted Torch, respectfully, you're correct. We have two. Just like they be talking about on Instagram, both. BOAF. Both of them. We got two of them, Bo. So, that's definitely a good thing. Definitely a good thing. J Miles said, boy, you a fool, Bo. You a fool. Coach Drake said, what's going on, beloveds? How y'all beloveds doing and feeling on this hump night? Hey, Bo, I'm doing great. I'm doing real good, especially after watching this game on Monday. Just a few things to take away. Now, I did want to ask the coaching staff, what did you take away from the game on Monday? What rung your bell from that game on Monday? What's going on, Coach Bridget? The kid in here says Desmond Ritter play action is legit. It is legit. But what did y'all take away from the game on Monday? What's going on, Coach Tony Wright? Much love to you, my brother. Hope that you're doing good tonight, fam. Anwar Hill. What in the world, Bo? What's good? What's good? Now, I'm going to tell you something, Bo. My brother, my oldest brother, he's like my father figure. Y'all hear me talk about him all the time. Old Flo J. He's like, he's legitimately my father figure after my dad passed away. Dad passed away whenever I was 13 years old, right? So the thing about my brother, old Flo J, he's the biggest rigger that I've ever met. Right? If you're working on a car, whenever you're done working on it, you're gonna have about 2 or 3 screws that you don't know where they're supposed to go. He'll say, hey, just you can use that for later. And I feel like that really affected me, as I grew up to be a man myself. And y'all might say, hey, Big Low, where you going with this? Okay, so it really affected me. So now growing up, I'm the type of person, hey, if I have a lawnmower, I just want to go out there and crank the lawnmower up, right? I don't want to have to touch the starter to this piece of metal that we welded down to touch the battery. I don't want to have to do all that. I just want to go out there and crank the lawnmower up. Turnkey operation, right? And for everyone who was talking about, hey, you don't have a quarterback now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something. And this is kind of where I'm going at with the whole Big Low was wrong situation. And I said, Coach Ronda made boy, Coach Ronda and Mama Country, they said, hey, you need to get that stuff off your face. But this is kind of where I'm going at with the Coach Low was wrong situation, right? So the thing is that for the last 2 years and some change since I've been on YouTube, I've sung Matt Ryan's praises. I've been a huge Matt Ryan advocate, right? I'm going to tell you, I'm the first person to eat crow. I'm not going to say something and go back and backtrack on it. That's not me. That's not me. If I was wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. That's the difference between me and a lot of YouTube content creators out here. You might say, where you going with this, Coach? So, and what this got to do with your brother Flo J? So I'm going to tell you. Have you ever tried to screw a Phillips head screw with a flathead screwdriver? Have you ever tried? If you ever tried to do that, put a 1 in the chat. Y'all might see where I'm headed with this right here. Have you ever tried to screw a Phillips head screw with a flathead screwdriver? If you've ever tried to do that, you might acknowledge the fact that yes, it does work. J Mall and War, they said, yeah, I've tried to screw a Phillips head with a flathead screwdriver. And War, down South Georgia boy. DSGB my click, all the money that you can get. I see you, Bo. B Tucking, he says yes. Cartier said he used a butter knife. Yes, I've tried that many times. Now, the reason where I'm going at with this is that in the past, I've tried it and it works to a certain extent. Now, long term, it's going to end up messing that screw up. Ghost Peppers. He says, 1. Coach Bridget says, I don't screw things, so I have no answer. Okay, I got you, Coach Bridget. So if you try to use it, it'll work. You can screw that flathead screwdriver into that Phillips head screw. But the thing is that long term, it's going to mess up the screw, right? And long term, it's going to cause a lot more problems trying to remove that screw in the future or try to put it back in or take it back out. The fact of the matter is that last year, Matt Ryan, even though he was competent, and like we said, he's the best Atlanta Falcons quarterback in history. He's the best quarterback in the Atlanta Falcons history. Last year, the Atlanta Falcons were trying to screw a Phillips head with a flathead screwdriver. And I'm finna tell you something, Bo. I was wrong, and I was doubling down, saying that hey, it was something that could work in Arthur Smith's scheme and his system. I'm just going to tell you, it's something that won't work. Cool, SRT James, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you? And the fact of the matter is, Coach Tony Wright, he says, look, Matt Ryan, Indianapolis Colts are a legitimate Super Bowl contender in the AFC, and they are. And you know why? It's because he went over to a flathead screw. You can't force things, because whenever you force things, trying to make something work in a peg that it does not work in, it's going to be one of those cases, guys, where it's not long term is not going to work, legitimately not going to work as well. For example, Drew Dalman is out here looking like he's a starting caliber center in the NFL. Elijah Wilkinson, he's looking like he's a starting caliber left guard in the NFL. Coach J Mall, he says, I totally agree. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm acknowledging the fact that I was wrong by saying, hey, Matt Ryan, I basically got naked. I said, hey, Matt Ryan, he can do anything. In this particular case, even though he's done so many great things, he wasn't good in this system. Now, check this out. I was in listening to a Spaces yesterday, and there was a Saints fan, how about that, trying to tell us about Kyle Shanahan and talking about how Kyle Shanahan's scheme is a derivative of Arthur Smith's scheme, right? And to a certain extent, I can agree with it. But the biggest difference is that Kyle Shanahan, he's just a better, he's just at a whole nother level in the passing game than Arthur Smith is at that point in his career last year. Now, this year, we don't know, because Arthur Smith has made it a point to make sure that the explosive passing game is going to be a thing. Right? He and we've seen it. First play, Kyle Pitts, 52 yards. Like it ain't nothing. How many 52-yard games did we see? How many 52-yard games did we see last year in this passing game? With as great of an arm talent, a quarterback talent that Matt Ryan is, how many 52-yard games did we see in that scheme last year? And people say, hey, wait a minute, coach, maybe you're getting naked because look, this is the preseason. You can't be doing that. I'm sitting here like, well, look, think about this, guys. Yes, the preseason and everything, but the fact of the matter is that preseason isn't what it used to be. Back in the day, everybody ran vanilla offenses and defenses in the preseason. Nowadays, it's whatever. You getting green zone dog blitzes, zero blitzes, you know what I'm saying? Delayed blitzes, all kinds of different looks on the defensive side of the ball. So it's not really that vanilla. Not really that vanilla. Red Swarm in here says, old country boy from Valdosta in the house. Much love to Valdosta, man. V-Town. I see you down there at the 229. What in the world, Bo? Coach Ghost Pepper says, at Coach Low. That's right. The importance of the offensive scheme. Coach Bridget says, I'm over Matt Ryan. I'm over Matt Ryan. On to the next, boo. I see you, Coach Bridget. Tony Wright says either Buffalo, Cincy, Indy, or the LA Chargers will represent AFC in the Super Bowl this year. And you could be right. You could be right. Slick says the Colts have running game and offensive line perfect for Matt Ryan. And also, don't forget about this right here. They have like 5, if I'm not mistaken, like 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers. I'm sure Tony Wright will be able to answer that question for me. How many Pro Bowlers do the Indianapolis Colts have, Coach Tony Wright? But the fact of the matter is that Matt Ryan's in the perfect situation for Matt Ryan, right? He's turning the flathead screw, right? He's turning the flathead screw. What's going on, Sanchez? Granddaughter said you got matching red shorts for the nah, bro. Nah. Molly Mall said, Big Low, the Saints about to burn y'all draws off. We gonna see, Molly Mall. You know, you gonna get a chance to see the party firsthand. You know, you know, tell your daughter to come to the Bend so she could become an Atlanta Falcons fan. Keith says, Coach Low, we're in the same boat. Last year with Big Ben, he couldn't move, and with our new offense requires mobility. Now we have a young dog, a young Thundercat, and Kenny Pickett. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, let's think about this, guys. Let's be honest. Is it one of those situations where, is it one of those cases where we're just not receptive to the change of the mobile quarterbacks? Is that the case? Because I mean, if we look at it over the course of history, and my homeboy Adam Adamski on Twitter, he talks about this all the time. He says, look, in today's game, you have to have a mobile quarterback to win consistently. And you don't have to be, you know, running for 1,000 yards like Lamar Jackson. I'm thinking he's referring to people like Patrick Mahomes that can move around a little bit. But in today's game, you have to have a mobile quarterback that can move around consistently. So I'm just coming, you know, and gracefully sharing my transparency with y'all, because whenever I have realizations, I make sure to present it to you. And my realization, especially after the game on Monday night, I wanted to come and jump on, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was tired. I'm sorry. I was tired. You know, I was like, I can't give them a half show. And, you know, I couldn't do it, you know, so, but I just wanted to share with y'all. That was my realization. I was like, man, maybe, no, I'm not even going to say maybe. I'm going to say, hey, I was wrong. You might not hear this too much from content creators on YouTube. I was wrong, everyone. How about that? You know, and look, I'll accept it gracefully, because in cases like this right here, it's always a learning experience, right? It's always a learning experience. Yeah, Kenny Pickett has looked good so far. Constantine says, you think we start Ritter before or after week 3, Coach? I think we got to get him plenty of reps before we get Ridley back. Now, I don't know, Bo, because I mean, I'm hearing all these great things about Marcus Mariota in the preseason, and I've seen him in training camp. He looks the part, right? And the camp sessions that we haven't seen. What's going on, Coach Padre? Much love to my big dog, Coach Padre. I'm glad that you're doing good, Bo. The things that we haven't seen, everybody's talking about how well Marcus Mariota is playing, you know, at camp. So I don't know if we're going to see Desmond Ritter, and maybe that'll be a good thing, you know, because we see how prepared the young man is now. We can't jump off the side of the ship and just say, hey, let's just give this offense to Desmond Ritter, because I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all something. Y'all already know. I wasn't a big fan of bringing in Marcus Mariota. I called him Marcus Mariota for a long time, you know, until he can gain my trust. I think he's had 4 drives, 3 of them ended in touchdowns in the preseason. And once again, I know we can't just get naked for the preseason, guys, but I was always taught, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So it's one of those cases. So my question to y'all is, would you mind? Well, I put it to you like this right here. Do you think Desmond Ritter should sit the full season? If you feel like Desmond Ritter should sit the full season, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, y'all want to see him anytime, take over the reins anytime during the season, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all think. Just want to know what y'all think. So if y'all think he should sit the full season, put a 1 in the chat. But if y'all think it's that time to go ahead and move on a young Thundercat, put that young Thundercat in, beloved. Put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. Let's see here. Let's see. Coach Padre says Mariota will be down by week 8, which leaves Ritter 9 games to show us what he has. Well, look now, we can't. Hey, we can't speak ill will on a man's health. Hopefully, he stays healthy. We want everybody to stay healthy. Jermaine says, I know it's preseason, but Arthur Smith's play calling has improved, and I will agree with you on that, Coach. His play calling has improved. Coach Wallace says now in the NFL, you have to have a mobile quarterback that can throw constantly. And when you have to have the way these defenses are playing. Okay. I understand that, Coach. Yeah, I mean, you got to have a guy that can move around, because one thing that we're starting to see is that these defensive players are some athletes, Bo. I mean, we seen first week 1 preseason, Adam Hutchinson, ran somebody down. Right? I mean, he legit ran somebody down from behind. Quadri Olison. I mean, so yeah, from the other side of the field. It's not like he was on that side. He was on the non-play side, ran him down. J Mall, False Start Falcon, Coach Tony Wright, Coach Dre, Coach Bridget says there's no need to rush it. There's no need, in the words of Drew Hill. We don't have to do a thing at all. And this is the way things need to be. No pressure from you, no pressure from me. Granddaughter says, go ahead and let it stay the way that it is. Now, Coach Sanchez says, hey, Bo, let's go ahead and run that young Thundercat. Coach Keith says, hey, just let it stay the way that it is. Constantine says he's ready for Ritter. Says it's Ritter time. B Tucking, DSGB, down South Georgia boy, said, hey, let's go ahead and just keep it the way that it's supposed to go. Young Thundercat. Coach Wallace says yes, unless an injury happens that forces him into playing. And I agree with you, Coach Wallace. Molly Mall says I want the Saints to baptize them. Man, come on, Molly. It don't matter who's gonna be playing. Saints gonna get whooped up on, Bo. JJ the Great says it's Mariota's job to lose. False Start Falcon says he needs to learn NFL defensive tendencies before we hand him the keys. And I agree. Obi Brown, much love to you. Appreciate you for coming on, chilling out with us. He says 1, roll with Super Mario. Oh man, yeah, Molly Mall, he need to get that hate out of his heart. Well, I don't know what's going on with Molly Mall, boy. He got all that hate. His feet probably all tired. He probably got that swamp foot from just wandering aimlessly around the bayou. What's going on, Raymond Elder? Appreciate you for coming on, chilling out with us, man. Much love to you. What's going on, Millie Mills? I appreciate you both. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think that's the case. Tony Wright says, so Marcus Mariota will ball this season. He has a burning fire inside of him. And between he and famous Jameis, Mariota will show people that he was a better quarterback in the 2015 draft. Ooh, no, that is true. So we're going to have the top 2 quarterbacks in the 2015 draft going up against each other. That is true. Popping them things says, hey, Bo, what you feeling about old Baker? You know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. You can tell Rashad and Dave, I said this, popping them things. And y'all look out for the round table, I think, in the next week or the next couple of weeks. But I'm gonna tell you something. I think y'all got you one with Baker. Everybody's sleeping on him. I think Baker might be he might be a good one for you. Look, I do need to make sure that y'all hit that like button. If y'all can. If you're excited about the NFL season to start and you just need some sort of way to vocalize your excitement, hit that like button. I would definitely appreciate it and would dance at your wedding one day. My mom says, Big Low, you saying I'm Aaron Hall's third cousin, Kitchen Hall. Come on, bro. Billy Mills said, what was the question, Low? So the question was, do you feel like Marcus Mariota or do you feel like Desmond Ritter should sit the whole season? And just sit back and learn from Mariota. If you feel like that's the case, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like, we should go ahead and go with, sometime during the season, at any point in time, go with Desmond Ritter, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what you was thinking. Michael Davis says 1, Marcus Mariota will win comeback player of the year. Man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I definitely hope that's the case. Ken Line says he's ready to go with old Desmond Ritter. Ghoul SRT James says, do it for a veteran. Hit that like button. Definitely. Ghost Peppers says, by the way, the dogs with the loudest bark are the ones that are most afraid. So with that being said, nobody's worried about the New Orleans Swampers, baby. Oh man, y'all are crazy. Now, I want to acknowledge something. Kyle Pitts, first play of the game. Oh my goodness, good googly moogly. That young Thundercat. No, he was stroking up the field, Bo. I mean, he was running so fast, it looked like both his feet was off the ground at the same time. Looked like both his feet were off the ground at the same time. My homeboy Grandizer says, hey, Big Low, where'd you get that t-shirt at? So I got this t-shirt here from, and make sure that you go check them out on Facebook. I believe Twitter, Instagram, and they actually have a website. It's called the Rise Up Tour. So if you're going to any away games, this group right here, y'all see it, it's called the Rise Up Tour, ran by my homeboy Thomas Scott. Real good people. That's my homeboy. They actually get people whenever you go to away games, just to make sure that everyone's safe and make sure that everyone has a good time. They throw a party every away game that we go to. So if you're going to a away game, hit up the Rise Up Tour and make sure that you follow it on Facebook. So yeah, man, it's it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Got my homeboy Twisted Torch in here. What's going on, Torch? Much love to you, bro. Hope that you doing good tonight, my family. Hope that you doing good tonight. Yeah, man, we on here. In the words of homeboy Twisted Torch, is gonna be a movie. Torch says, hey man, your boy Pastor Troy doing a battle event this weekend. Oh man, I might have to slide through there, see if he needs some help performing. Y'all know. See if old Troy needs some help. But yeah, man, yeah. So that I'm gonna tell y'all something, boy. That boy Kyle Pitts, Coach Dre says, man, that should have been a touchdown. That my dog Kyle freaking Pitts. Though, but look, and they said that Marcus Mariota said it himself. He said that he should have put it out there to him a little bit more. But it was one of those cases. I always wonder what quarterbacks thought about that. Dave Archer and DJ Shockley, they were saying, hey, whenever somebody's that wide open, you just want to get the ball to him. You don't got to be the perfect ball. If he's an athlete, let him be an athlete. But man, boy. And the crazy thing is that Kyle Pitts, he would have had 6 touchdowns last year, if he would have broke that last tackle. But I'm telling you something. Looks like he put on about 10, 12 pounds of muscle. Like I said, he still ain't gotten to his grown man body yet. Those big plays, he's going to be breaking this year. He's going to be breaking. Cartier says, Pitts, a future GOAT, passing Tony Gonzalez. Just watch. I'm hoping that you're right, Bo. I'm hoping that you're right. Twisted Torch says, Low, I ain't gonna lie. This offense is gonna be powerful when Drake comes back for week 1. Man, I'm finna tell y'all something, Bo. So I got the new Madden, right? Well, I was out of town all weekend. I got the new Madden, loaded it up. And moving forward, I went ahead and I started playing on Sunday night, bro. And let me tell you something. Doggone that doggone Drake London is freaking unstoppable, bro. I was throwing all kind of passes to him. He was catching everything, breaking tackles, getting out into the open field. I said, "Is this what it's going to be like, or am I just that good? Like, what in the world?" Oh man, my homeboy Millie Mills, he said, "Low, so I'm in a 12-man fantasy league. Said, should I take Pitts in the first? I really want that kid this year. Big numbers coming. Now it depends on when you drafting. It depends on when you drafting in the second. So if you taking if you're picking 11th and it's a snake league, there's a possibility he'll still be there. It also depends on your rules and everything. But if you're picking late in the first round, I think you might be able to get him in the second. But it's I ain't gonna lie to you, Bo. It's he's gonna ball out this year. I think he got a chance to be that number one tight end in fantasy this year. Let's see. Coach Wallace says you could wait to get Pitts in the third round, Billy Mills, or the second. Yeah, I think you could get him in the second round. If you really want him, I don't know if I get naked and get him in the first round like that. Coach Twisted Torch, he says that was a great point, Lo. You don't want to overthrow them and miss that big game that big gain altogether. Yeah. It's one of those things where you know that you're gonna have that big gain, but at the end of the day, if you get that ball to an athlete in open space like that, just let your athlete be an athlete. If it's one of those cases where, hey, he didn't break the tackle, you still got 52 yards. The field has been flipped, like Dominique Dawes. And I know a lot of y'all used to watch old Dominique Dawes back in 1996. Oh man. Twisted Torch says, now I just Pete what you said. If Pitts breaks one tackle, he scores a lot more Yeah. Think about it. There were like 5 passes where Pitts got huge passing yardage. Got a huge reception. If he would have broke that last tackle, he would have got 5 or 6 touchdowns. Easy. Put on 10, 12 pounds of muscle. Those are coming this year. Those are definitely coming this year. Tony Wright, he says, look, Bo, I like our running backs. With Algier being number 1, Damian Williams number 2, Quadrialis in number 3. We're good with this rotation, in my humble opinion. Now, a lot of people have been talking about it because they say that Cordero Patterson is listed as a wide receiver, right? So with that being said, is Cordero Patterson going to be lined up in the backfield as much as he was last year? To be completely honest with you, I hope not. I hope that he's not lined up that much because you need that guy who just knows himself around the football field. To line up in the slot to get those quick passes and could possibly take them to the house, right? You need those type of guys. So, I mean, with that being said, I want to see what Tyler Algier does. I want to see, if Quadrialis if he's making his ascension. I want to see Damian Williams. Is he as quick as a cat like everybody says he is? Because we seen what he did in Kansas City, but I want to see what he could do in the red and black. That's what I want to see. Definitely. Wait, well, hold on. So wait a minute. Michael Thomas got hurt again? I didn't know Michael Thomas got hurt again. What in the world? Bridget says, George Pickens, rookie of the year. What are you, a psychic? Who told you that? I mean, look, he's in a good situation. I see Keith over here talking about old George Pickens. See, Keith, you don't got to rub it in our faces, man. Look, we know that George Pickens is a good wide receiver, and hopefully he's going to be a great wide receiver in the NFL for years to come. Question is, with George Pickens, is he going to be, is he going to keep his nose clean? He's going to stay out of trouble, not get these attitudes, because we know how old George is now. He'll do all the blocking and tell him to be quiet and waving and all that kind of stuff. It just matter of time. It's just a matter of time. He finna catch that claw outside his head. Coach Wallace says, no, they're looking at it wrong. The website, because the Falcons website, they have Cordero Patterson listed as a running back. Okay. Because I was trying to figure that out. I was like, wait a minute. And a lot of people were trying to figure out what's actually going on. Miller Mill says, Alden Tate, he must actually be trashed if you can't make the roster on a team with no wide receivers. So you a vet. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Maybe it's one of those cases, Coach, where the wide receiver room is kind of flipped, right? Because I heard somebody mention Calvin Ridley earlier. You're in a perfect situation with your wide receiver room if they do what we're hoping they're able to do, right? Now, one thing, I'm going to tell you something. There's not going to be nobody catching 100 passes because there's not going to be that many opportunities, hopefully. But if this wide receiver room can do what we're anticipating they're able to do, and just a piece of what we've seen in the preseason, if they're able to do that, right, it could be one of those cases where you could decide whether or not you want a Calvin Ridley. You could legitimately sign him to a 1-year prove-it deal. And, it'd be one of those cases where he could be the icing on the cake. Or, you could just let him go and continue to get players to fit your scheme. Because just like we were saying earlier, you don't want it to be a situation where you're trying to screw a Phillips head screw with a flathead screwdriver. You don't want that to be a situation. You don't want to turn your adjustable wrench into a hammer. Shouts out to Flo J, because my brother, he did all that. He did all that. So, it's one of those situations. What's going on, Sean? I see you in here, Bo. Nah, man, you ain't late. You just on time. You just on time. Oh, man. Granddaughter said 3 more lights to get us to 30. Oh, man. What in the world? Well, look, we ain't trying to get to 30. We're trying to get to 50. So, look, I need everybody to make sure that you hit that like button. If you're ready for the season to start, you need a way to express it. And, you just don't want to, express it and proclaim that love for sports and football and competitiveness out loud because you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of your friends and family. You could do it on here. Make sure that you hit that like button. I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Slick says Firsker was wide open also. I thought he should have scored. I'm afraid that if we leave it up to the red zone, offense might be kicking field goals. I don't know because, that shot to Lamade Zaccheaus, I'm not mistaken, you were in the red zone. In the words of my homeboy Twisted Torch, he kind of zinged that one in there. And I ain't throwing no shade to Matt, but I don't know if Matt would have made that though, respectfully. Am I? In the words of a whole bunch of Twisted Torch, I don't know if Matt would have. I don't know if Matt would have took that shot. Because doggone Marcus Mariota boy, he's coming out here playing with his hair on fire. With his hair on fire, man. Bridget says, why folks so hung up on Calvin Ridley? Just like they was hung up on Julio Jones. Move on. They go bye-bye. Go bye-bye to both of them clowns. Hey, I understand that. That's why I said, like, you're in a good situation. Because if he decides to get his mind right and decides that he wants to actually play ball for the Falcons, that's an option. But if not, you can go on about your business. Right? It's just like breaking up with somebody. You're like, okay, well, hey, this ain't working out. In the words of Neo, please don't worry about me, I'm fine. Please don't worry about me, I'm fine. Only gonna play the fool one time. Tony Wright says the last week's preseason game, Abraham Lucas pancaked Chicago's 9-1 like he stole something from him at the start of the game. It looked like Lucas was committing a violent crime. Man, he was doing it like that, coach. Like he was committing a violent crime. Man, boy. Every time I hear the word violent, I think about whenever I used to work. I used to work at this I used to make Fun fact: I used to make manufacturing before I got into the corporate world. I used to make I worked at a company that was contracted by the government. And I manufactured fire protection equipment for military vehicles. Right? Had this dude come in here. He was a ex-military, older cat, like 50s, late 50s, and he introduced himself like, "Hey, I'm First Sergeant." I don't remember what his name was, Bob Brady, such and such and such. And like he told a story about how some I think like some oxy acetylene tanks had blew up on the ship. And I know I shouldn't be. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but he was like, yeah, so you know, uh, guy, he just wasn't paying no attention. The oxy acetylene tanks they blew up on the ship, and I'm going to tell you something. As a matter of fact, the explosion was so violent. He said, as a matter of fact, the explosion was so violent, it blew a man's legs back off into his own body. I was like, what in the world? Into his own body? Ooh. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to tell that quick story. Coach Pye says, Coach, really don't want to play. If Deshaun Watson can get 11 games, really needs to appeal his suspension. Could be the time served now. I mean, and that's true. You make a valid point. It's kind of like what Coach Twitch and Torch said, man. Y'all be making all these valid points in here, but y'all don't do nothing but help validate the old coach. Because people say, "Hey, coach, you so knowledgeable." I'm like, nah, it's them. It's them. They look at. But yes, that is a valid point, coach. He's been sitting out for almost a year. Some of that could be time served. Deshaun Watson got 11 games, miraculously able to come back for the Houston game. How about look at God? We know what that's about. Anyway, dun, 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 that's a Superman chat. Oh man. Twitch the torch. Respectfully. Oh, y'all look crazy, boy. Y'all look crazy. Oh, respectfully. Cartier said, really, he want to go to Tampa Bay. Look, I mean, is he really gonna want to go to Tampa? Oh Lord, okay. Cal really says, why everybody in here speaking on my name? I'm finna go on undisputed. Okay, go ahead. We good. Oh man. Y'all are crazy. What's going on, Reese's Cup? Much love to you. Much love to you. Let's see. Corey Harris says, Big Low, what are your current thoughts about the new Falcons leadership? Second to fifth round draft picks up to now. Look, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Bo. It's one of those cases where over and over during the preseason game we were watching, they kept saying, and I appreciate that, Dre with the dun. Over and over with the preseason games, they keep talking about Corey. They keep saying, hey, you can tell these guys are trying to change the culture. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, whenever Arthur Smith, sometimes I feel like Arthur Smith kind of puts on, you know how it's kind of all right, kind of like that time Chingy said his girlfriend came whenever he was playing basketball. Now I'm trying to dunk, trying to dribble, break fast through the middle just to see her smile and giggle. I feel like that's what Arthur Smith does sometimes. I feel like, he puts on a little bit too much, right? He has all the crazy reactions to the penalties and, telling people off as they come off the field. And maybe it's legit, right? Maybe it's legit, but I definitely do feel like the culture is changing, and we have to credit that to the leadership. Um, Fact of the matter is that we watching the game on Monday. Coach Ronan, she looks at me and she says, "Hey, Coach, this team actually looks like a competent team." She said, "This team looks like they're not going to rely on 2 or 3 players to consistently make those plays for them, on third downs to help them win games." And I was like, I mean, That makes sense, you know, and we could credit that to the leadership. Now, leadership is on all levels. It's on the field. It's off the field. It's in the coaching staff. It's in the front office. Um, I mean, and to a certain extent, we have to acknowledge is also as us as fans as well, right? Because all of those things, uh, all of those things come into account. Coach Padre says, "Hey, coach." I have no idea what the word to say. You have me sound like Coach Roney. Padre says, "Hey, coach, did Coach Roney see Arnold Ebison correlating? What in the world? In the game on Monday?" Respectfully, twisted towards voice. What in the world? Coach Roney, Padre in here talking about you. Appreciate that, coach. Yes, you seen Arnold Ebiketti. But look, that's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's the Superman chat. Appreciate that, coach. Y'all are foolish, boy. Y'all ain't got no sense. Y'all ain't got no sense. Now, like we were saying, the offense looks. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I mean, last year the offense was a little bit of a snooze fest. Let's be honest. Coach Bridges, she's still on her oust oust Calvin Ridley campaign. Her and Millie Mills let Calvin go campaign. But the offense, look, once again, it was fun to watch. We only scored 16 points, but it was still fun to watch. Padre, talk about you, Coach Ron.
I'm doing my hair. I'm quite busy.
Oh, okay. Hey, could you make me some tea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
Coach Padre said, "Hey, Coach, did Coach Ron see Arnold?" And I can't even read that word.
Oh my God! No! Arnold Episcopalian.
Episcopalian.
Yes, that's not a real person.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh man. Probably just said, "Man, I didn't mean to get you, Coach."
Oh, just me.
But yeah, a young boy talking about Arnold esophagus. but yeah, I'm loving the way that this new offense is looking. And she said folks ain't scared of the contact, which is a huge thing. Now, the defense, I'm loving the way that the defense is looking as well. Now, we're not getting, we haven't gotten as much pressure on the quarterback in this game as we did in the first game, and that's completely understandable. Now, there was one thing that I was looking for in this particular game, and I'm pretty sure y'all know who it is. I was looking for Troy Anderson, big calves, finish halves. Troy Anderson. Oh, excuse me. I ain't gonna lie to you, he kind of got lost. He was one of those guys who, you will see running into the picture whenever the play was over with. And you know, the question is, we know that he's an athlete. We know that, but the question is he a football player? That's the big question. Slick says, Abo D Alfred, he's a keeper. I ain't gonna lie to you that I've been saying dime corner, but shoot, man, if he keep balling out like that, in the words of my brother, man, please, he might be a doggone slot cornerback for you. He might be. Billy Mill says Coach Lowe and Madden put AK and Malone on the ends, Grady in the middle, and Troy at linebacker. Thank me later. Okay, all right, Drake, I hear you. Tony Wright says, Lowe, I saw something defensively that I didn't know could happen. Nose tackle Timmy Horn was playing 3-4 defense of 3-4 defensive end at times. And I know he didn't have that type of versatility. And the crazy thing is, coach, he was actually successful with it. I didn't know that he could move like that, but he was definitely he was definitely making sure that he was setting up his linebackers, which is definitely a good thing. Bridget says, yes, coach, the defense looked better than the first game with the Lions. They now get a C from me. well, look, I'm glad that they came up a little bit and a little bit closer to a little bit more of a passing grade, Coach Bridget. I'm definitely glad to hear that. So let's go ahead and try to get our grades from the offense and the defense. Is it one of those cases where you feel like well, I tell you what's everyone's grade for the offense? A, B, C, D, or F? A, B, C, D, or F? Coach Cartier says, where's the tailgate for the Saints game, Coach? Yeah, so the tailgate is going to be down there by the Ebenezer Baptist Church, I believe, in front of the stadium. It's the tailgate party committee. So make sure that you go online to get your tickets for it. It's the tailgate party committee. As a matter of fact, you need to go ahead and get your tickets because he just put out a clip yesterday saying that he's also including seafood. So he's going to have I don't know if it's going to be a big low country boil, but he's having a low country boil and the food looked good. I ain't going to lie to you. So yeah, and make sure you go to the tailgate party committee on Facebook or the actual website and you'll be able to get your ticket on there, Coach. Coach Dre says, I got us keeping Drake London, Brian Edwards, OZ, Kadero Hodge, Demir Bird, and Jared Bernhardt at the wide receivers. Okay. Jared Bernhardt looking legit, Bo. He's looking like he's definitely a keeper. Tony Wright says, I saw clips of Isaiah Oliver as he made 2 plays against Jacksonville in today's joint practice. Yeah, that's definitely good. That's definitely good. That's a good sign. Like I said, I'm thinking that our secondary might be the best group on this team if everyone can stay healthy and if Isaiah Oliver could return back to where he was before pre-injury. J Mall, B Tuckin, Corey Harrison, Coach Bridget. Man, Coach Bridget gave him a B. Boy, oh, they must have did good. The kid says B minus. He says not counting Franks at quarterback. Ghost Pepper says, Bridget, agree again. We finally have wide receivers that after the catch, they're not going to do the boogaloo and the Cupid shuffle. Yeah, like Ghost Pepper act like he know what the boogaloo is. Arthur Smith or Coach Wallace Smith? You know Coach Wallace Smith down there in Statesboro doing that boogaloo. The Slick said he give him a B. What's going on, Christy? Christy said, Lord, who are we keeping on defense? I was disappointed in the fourth quarter. That always seemed to be our breakdown. I mean, yeah. But, it's one of those cases where, that fourth quarter, I mean, let's be honest. We know a lot of those guys, they're going to be in the stands watching the game with us come the season. So, I mean, we can't really, count that. Coach Ronnie put the link for the tailgate party committee in the chat. So, yeah, make sure that you check it out. Keith said the NFL season almost here. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, indeed it is. 15 more days, beloved. Oh, man. Obi Brown says B, looks good so far. I think I agree with y'all. I think I'm going to have to give this offense a B. Yeah, OZ, he made sure he didn't drop that pass. So look, for all y'all in the chat, whenever I say OZ, I'm talking about Olamide Zaccheaus. I know a lot of y'all got some pass in the bandos and the trap houses. Whenever I say OZ, I ain't talking about that OZ. I talk about Olave Zaccheaus now. Oh man, y'all are crazy. Now on the defense, what grade would you give the defense? Oh, put it in the mug, baby. Not the other one, the mug. Yeah, yeah. Now, what grade would y'all give the defense? A, B, C, or D, or F? What do y'all give them? We seen some bright spots. We seen the D Alfords and um, that's right. O Llama Day. What grade would y'all give the defense? A, B, C, D, or F? Want to know what y'all thinking there. Like we said, um, it's one of those cases where, a lot of people didn't play, but at the end of the day, whenever the actual season comes, a lot of people aren't going to play, right? So, we definitely have to keep that in mind. DSGBO down South Georgia boy said he give him a C. Coach Dre says, Coach Low, aka beloved, boy, you a fool. You ain't got nobody, you ain't got no kind of sense, beloved. All right. Okay. Uh yeah, I can't handle that hot stuff. That I ain't used to drinking stuff like that. Well, that's dun dun dun. That thing Superman hot. Cartier says B plus. Slick says give him a C minus. Corey Harris says give him a C. Albert Smith, what's going on, Coach? Much love to you, bro. Appreciate you for coming on, chilling out with the old coach. So Coach Tony Wright says so. Isaiah Oliver and Deion Jones are back practicing full speed today. Isaiah Oliver practiced full speed at last week's joint practice with the Jets as well. So that's actually a good thing. Deion Jones, he's back. He's going to give you another aspect of your defense, right? I don't know if anyone's seen the interview. Deion Jones says, "Hey, I can't really, pay attention to what everybody's saying online. I don't want to be confronted like my homeboy Rashad did. I don't know if I told you about that. Rashad, he got confronted at the Panthers practice by a player. Rashad, I know. I think it was Dave.
What?
Yeah.
By a player?
By a player. Yeah.
Why?
That's what Granddaughter told me. I think they had criticism for him in the past. So
wow.
Yeah. So he got.
You be on YouTube like that?
I guess so. Yeah. So why not? I'm bigger than most though. I'm bigger than both of them. And look, they don't really security ain't too much. The security ain't too tough at training camp, so I might be able to bring my shanker with me. Okay. I just play. Oh man. Oh yeah. Debo, he came back today, Mills. Yeah, he came back today. Tony Wright, I'm sorry, Dre says Tony Wright, my boy, my dog. Debo back at the practice field. Beloved. Oh man, Bridget said 2 quarters. She give him a C for the first 2 quarters. Last 2 quarters, she give him a D. Okay. That's the Coach Bridget we know and love right there with the harsh with the harsh grades. Albert says the Falcons are for real this year. Oh yeah. For everyone saying that we're going to be a bottom 5 team, I just don't think that's the case. We had a show last week and we said, hey, is this team going to be contenders or pretenders? I mean, a lot of people said, hey man, you're going to be, you legit might be contending this season. So I mean, it's going to be one of those cases. We're in a good spot. Albert Smith, he says, is Debo going to get a spot back though? Now the question is that you got to think that the scheme has changed a little bit. We had a few additions, right? So we know that Rashad Evans is going to be that, that gap filling guy, in the run. I mean, I could definitely see Debo, you know, playing on longer down possessions a little bit more. Coach Tony Wright says, "Low, I like our depth at inside linebacker and the outside linebacker positions. It's a good problem to have, and yes, it is. It's a problem that we haven't had in Atlanta for a very, very long time. I would say since we had Mike Peterson and um, uh, Sean Weatherspoon and uh, man, what's the kid's name? Akeem, the kid from Georgia, that linebacker. But but yeah, it's been a while since we had that type of depth at linebacker. Molly Moss is Big Low. You know Mike Thomas going to eat y'all cornerbacks for lunch this year. Yeah, Akeem Dent. Thank you so much, Cartier. Yeah, I appreciate that. Look, Molly Moss. Look, we know that you left. We know that you had to go and check up on Michael Thomas to see if he was hurt because somebody said that he was hurt. You had to go check up on it. You were wandering aimlessly around the bayou for the answer. I understand that. So welcome back, Molly Ma. Oh man. Billy Bill said, "You said Ed Hartlow. You said Ed Hartlow, Big Low. What? Nah, I didn't. I did not say Ed Hartwell. No, no, I did not. No, oh, no. I that was one of those cases where I thought I was getting one thing, and I got something completely different. We got the Wish version of Ed Hartwell. That's what we got. Oh man." Tony Wright said, "It's Slant. His name is Slant Thomas, guys. It's Slant Thomas, not Michael, not Mike. Slant Thomas." Molly Moss says, "Slant Thomas, he runs deep routes now. He runs deep routes straight to the emergency room." Hey, Michael, where you going? Why are you still running? Like, hey, I got to get to the emergency room. Oh, man. Oh, y'all are crazy, boy. NBA Slant Boy. That's his name. That's his name. NBA Slant Boy. Because he showed up because him and NBA Young Boy, I mean, come on. We got it. We got it acknowledged. They do kind of favor just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh man. Yeah, I will be there week 1. So I'll be there live in full effect. Um, you know, love to go watch the Saints get whooped up on. So, anytime I got a ticket, to go watch the Saints, you know, get drugged, through the bayou. It's always a beautiful thing. Always a beautiful thing. Always a beautiful thing. Pax Paint said it's funny games until Mike Thomas finds himself with the shackles on after landing on Terrell Island. And we're gonna be saying, "Put the shackles on my feet so I can sled." That's what he gonna be saying. Take those shackles off my feet so I can sled. I want to run sled routes. Oh. Take the shackles. Take those shackles off my feet so I can sled. I just want to run sled routes. Want to run sled routes. Oh man. I can't fool with y'all, boy. I can't fool with y'all. Carter says, I always gotta show some love to Coup. We forget about kicking. We forget about how kicking was a problem. It was for years. It was definitely a problem for years. But yeah, I think we over 500. False Start Falcon says week 1, we got the chance to go over 500 for the first time in 4 years. It's been 4 years, guys. It's been 4 years. So um if anybody doesn't know, the all-time record between the Falcons and the Saints, the Falcons have won two more games than the Saints. So that's where we're at right now. So, you know, over the last 30 years, I think the Saints have won 20 and the Falcons won 10. But you definitely have to account the paper bag days in there. You can't forget about pay. You got to remember where you came from. So we got to count the paper bag days in there too. Huh? Oh, I still ain't drunk. I'm scared.
Won't be warm. It has a little tinge, so you drink it warm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Lemon ginger.
Lemon ginger. Well, that's that fancy stuff. What's Ronnie got me drinking? Lemon ginger tea, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. What's on the front of this? Okay. Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, I take a little bit of honey in there. I'll take a little bit of honey. Yeah, that's what they is, Cartier. So go on, lose your game, little paper bag boys. If we don't do nothing, we gonna lose. We walk around the bayou just singing the blues. So go lose your game, little paper bag boy. So go lose your game, little paper bag boy. Eat your L. Let me get the. Yeah. Let me get that. Lemon and lavender. Let me get that. That's right, Padre. My mom said, "Look, y'all gonna be laughing now. It's not gonna be funny. Week one, it's gonna be hilarious. It's not gonna be funny. It's gonna be hilarious. You need me to open that for you, baby?
No, it's open. I'm trying to find my little honey soup, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it ain't gonna be funny. It's gonna be hilarious. Bother mom. Thank you, baby. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Okay. I'd be able to open it. I know they're gonna be picking over it if I could open it. Yes, it's gonna be a historical week one. It's gonna be a historical week one. Tony Wright says Budweiser commercial reporter. So with your ankle feeling good, Slant, will you be ready to play in next week's game? Slant Thomas. Oh nah, I can't chance it. Oh nah. That ain't finna happen. Right, you put it in there. Said, nah. That ain't finna happen right there. Billy Mill says, I just want Marcus Murray go to uh the league finally fits his play style. This guy going to be Himothy for us. That's right, Himothy, Hemi Neutron, Jimmy. I'm sorry, Hemi Hendrix. That's that's gonna be his name, Hemi Hendrix. Oh man, thank you, baby. Oh no, that's good. That's good right there. Thank you so much. J Ma D says, he says, ain't no more Mike Davis runs in Atlanta. I mean, well, first, well, hold on. But I do have to say that our running backs look they look legitimately better, right? Um, Algier, he's a step over Mike Davis, in my humble opinion. In the words of Twisted Torch, respectfully. So it's one of those cases where you got your Mike Davises, you got your Damian Williams. I mean he's shifty. Damian Williams, he's a shifty guy. You still got Cordero Patterson, like Quadriolison. He's going to get his run. So I mean, our running backs look legitimately better. I have to say it, guys. I have to say it. Monty Moss says, look, man, the Saints, they're going to put the Falcons' dirty draws on the sink. What? What in the world? What y'all be doing down there in New Orleans, boy? And much love to Molly Mall, man. Much love to Molly Mall. That's that Mike Davis run, boy. Um, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see. So whoever starts the game, I'm not gonna be mad at whoever starts the game at running back. So whoever starts the game, because I feel like we're going to be rotating guys just to make sure we keep guys fresh. The Atlanta Falcons running back situation is going to be a fantasy nightmare. It's going to be a fantasy nightmare for fantasy football players because you're not going to know who to start, right? You know that guys are going to be able to produce, but you ain't going to know who to start. So I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But Katie, he's looking good. He's looking good. I'm eager to see how he does his rookie season. He has the type of skill set to be in the NFL for at least 10 years. Dre says, Coach Low, aka Beloved, I'm still waiting on the conspiracy theory to drop. That video you said you was gonna drop a while back though, but hey man, I definitely got to get to it. I definitely got to get to it because look, man, Big Low Conspiracy, he always working things up in his mind. Oh man, I tell you what, man. Well, look, um, I know it's one of those cases where we could talk about. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all my grade for the defense. So my grade for the defense, I'm finna give them a C plus. I'm finna give them a C plus. It's going to be almost a B, but your lack of getting to the quarterback, in my opinion, really hurt us. But I really feel like Dean Pease dialed the blitzes back a little bit more this week because I think he's trying to save stuff for old famous Jameis. Cartier said Saints got to get a better chance catching a bigger fish than Big Low winning. Wait a minute. I know you ain't talking about my fish, bro. I know you ain't talking about my fish. Man, you need to get that hate out your heart, Cartier. No good and well, you would have ate that fish if you were here. You know good and well you would have been munching on that fish, bro. You know good and well you would have been munching on that fish. Raymond Elder, he says, so who do I think wins the starting center position? I think I got to go with Drew Dalman. He looks like a more competent center right now. And I honestly believe that Matt Hennessy could be a swing guard. I feel like he could be a swing. He could play guard on both sides. I feel like he's just not in a position, excuse me, right now where he could be a center. I don't feel like he's physically gifted enough. A lot of y'all might drink Hennessy, but I'm pretty sure y'all won't be putting Hennessy as your starting center for the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, I didn't even look, Coach. I didn't look to see who which center that was that didn't snap the ball. I should have been paying attention. I should have been paying. I let you down. I let you down. Coach Padre said a bottle of Hennessy would be better. Would be a better guard. Oh man. Oh, Coach Dre talk about, you mean put up a video on Calvin Ridley? Yeah, I remember which one you talking about, Coach. He said Hennessy more like Paul Masson. Or in the South, if you know him real well, you call him Uncle Paul Mason. Well, all y'all fancy folks who act like y'all, you know, act like y'all got more than you got, you're calling Paul Masson. Billy Bill says, Low, I still think we need that one fat guy to just crush the pocket. His only job is to crush the pocket, and that will free up everything. I agree. Rush didn't look bad, but I feel like if you got somebody who was better, I feel like it would make your defense that much better. I definitely think that's the case. Coach Wilder says, Coach Low, he says, I don't think Hennessy can play guard, but I think he's going to be the starter. Okay, okay, and I can definitely see that. Bridget says, I think they need to get Mayfield the heck on. He sucks. Dang, Coach Bridget, boy, she does not play. Oh man, so somebody asked me, they said, "Hey, Coach, do you think Jalen Mayfield will be cut after his preseason showing and his camp showing?" Um, I said no. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but the fact that you use the second round pick on him, I don't think he's going to be cut. I mean, it has to just be completely egregious for him to be cut. But I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Devin C says, "Who that?" He said, "I saw a post where Cam Jordan got more sacks than all y'all stinking dirty birds got wins over the past decade." Okay, I mean, look, it's we I hear what you're saying, Bo. You know, all I can say is come see us September the 11th. And I just hope, I hope and pray. In the words of my homeboy, Coach Jay Murphy, I hope and pray and wish that you have the same energy. If you can't find it after you take that loss, just go put you some of that energy in the bank. Put you some of that energy in the bank, beloved, and then come back with it. Brian Peoples, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with your fam? I hope that you're doing good tonight, my family. I hope that you're doing good tonight. Cartier says, week one, gonna be hey man, yeah, stadium gonna be rocking. Ben's gonna be packed. Tony Wright says, the 8 secondary can't cover a cold. And now that Cordero Patterson 6'2", Drake London 6'4", Brian Edwards 6'3", Kyle Pitts 6'6". We have some size at receiver and at tight end. Man, I mean it's gonna be tough. That's all I can say. That's all I can tell you, bro. It's gonna be tough. In the words of my homeboy, Big Q, old Lottie Dottie, Lottie Dottie, he gonna be late to the party come September the 11th. Molly Moss said the Saints about to make a deposit on y'all head. Oh, I hear you, bro. Like I said, just keep that same energy. Go put some of that energy in the bank. Put it in a savings account so you can pull it out for a rainy day. Molly Moss. Oh man. Coach J says, Coach Low, aka Beloved, get me every freaking time. Oh man. But yeah, man, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Keith says, Coach, 2 predictions. Falcons over the Saints by 8 and Steelers over the Bengals by 4. Hey, I'm hoping that you're right, Coach Keith. I'm hoping that you're right. I'm definitely excited for week 1, man. It's definitely going to be fun. Anytime you have these rivalry games like this, Steelers and Bengals, Falcons and Saints, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Definitely, man. Definitely. Well, look, man. I ain't finna hold y'all up because I know it's Wednesday night and I know that y'all got things that y'all needs to do, and I don't want to get y'all in trouble. So, just a few of the things that we talked about tonight. We talked about uh, how I was wrong. Right? We talked about how I was wrong. I said, I'm acknowledging. Look, because there was a lot of the there was a lot of the old heads. I was saying, hey man, um, Matt Ryan, he's a great quarterback, and a lot of old heads were saying, hey man, Matt Ryan, he just can't move. And I thought it's just because they were still naked. You know what I'm saying? Wandering aimlessly around Peachtree Street for Michael Vick, right? But we learned that. I'm acknowledging I was wrong. Matt Ryan didn't fit the scheme well. We talked about the offense from this previous game. We talked about the defense. But look, it's one of those cases where we just got to keep working and keep getting ready. Make sure that everybody stays healthy. So I'm gonna let everybody go. Much love. Y'all stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. And in the meantime, do your dance, Below. Do your dance. Cut that thing on. Do your dance, Below. Do your dance. Y'all take it easy, man.